Ad creatives are the foundation to your success inside your ad account. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down exactly how I scale Calevo from 20k to 136k per month in just 48 days. You can take this strategy, you can copy it and make more sales for your business. So let's get straight into it. This is for Calevo. This is a case study where we took them to 136k per month in sales in just 48 days from 20k. So you can see here the 30-day period from August to September where we started working together. Before we started working together, they were at 20k in sales. And then the month of October 2023, they were at 136k in sales. So this stuff actually works. I doubled the ad spend and reduced the CPA by 65% for a car cover brand in just the first 30 days of working with me with my creative system. I reduced the CPA of a DTC app by 50%, and I've formulated my own creative system now, and I've added it to multiple DTC brands. So with Calevo, the challenges and the solutions, they were finding a lot of the ads were getting fatigued on Meta. So they'd been running for a while, they were really successful, but then there was a big drop off. They had difficulty scaling the ad spend past what they were currently at. And they didn't have any creative content, any creative system. They just kind of had a few creatives from their supplier, and that was what they were scaling with. So solutions, we decided to introduce two new channels, so Snapchat ads and TikTok ads. We also developed a new UGC and static creative system, and we also optimized the performance through data analysis. So we saw what was working, we built from this, and we just kept on building and iterating from there. So these were the key strategies that we implemented. So creative refresh, of course. So new UGC and static creatives to kind of combat the ad fatigue. We diversified the ad platforms, as I said. We now introduced Snapchat and TikTok ads instead of just Meta because they were getting the ad fatigue. So a couple of things to try and combat ad fatigue. Strategic partnerships. So we used our TikTok partners to run the ads, take control of the TikTok ads because they are very good. We wanted to leverage their expertise and their resources, so we thought we'd go with those for the TikTok ads. And then performance optimization, of course, we analysed the metrics, conducted testing, and every single month we were learning from what worked with the creatives, and every single week we were learning from what worked with the creatives and what we can do better, any iterations in terms of the ad account, CRO, everything like that. And we also push them to make some CRO changes as well from the get-go. So in terms of the creative research, the steps that we went through is breaking down any reviews that they have on their website, on Facebook, looking at what their customers actually say about the product, and basically just trying to deep dive into the customers as much as possible. So we'd research the reviews, we'd put these into ChatGPT, try and get as many different outputs as possible to find out as much as we can about their customer. We also looked at their previous ads, as this is really, really important. So this is what you can take as gospel. What have you done previously? What worked? What didn't work? How can we build from this? Competitor ads, you can see what competitors are doing in the industry right now. Now this is a good way, it's not super effective, but it's good to give you some insight. If there's a overwhelming style that's going through the industry right now, then you know that this one is obviously working well. We also checked out forums, groups, so Reddit forums, Facebook groups, the comments on their Facebook page and on their paid ads, what comments they were getting, to basically just get a good idea of what their customers really think, because this is an authentic point of view. And then competitors everything, so reviews, landing page. Because they were a relatively new brand, we did have to leverage their competitors to get good ideas. So we couldn't find many reviews, so we used their competitors because at the end of the day, it's the customers we're looking into. So your competitors have the same customers as you. So you can look into the customers of your competitors and you can look at what the landing page is doing. Really good idea. So the main points we were looking for during this creative research was benefits of the product, USPs of Calevo compared to their competitors, why the customers purchased, what they've tried in the past that didn't work, what pain points the customers have, any objections that your customers might have, how their life has improved from getting your product, so what's the desired outcome, and how your product will actually save or solve their pain points. So creative strategies, this is the kind of framework we like to follow, so make sure that your creatives look like normal posts to avoid appearing too salesy, because people just swipe straight past it if it looks like an ad. So with this in mind, this is why UGC creatives worked very well for Calevo, and most platforms are relying on your creatives now. So it's why we put so much time and effort into creatives nowadays, is because the platforms rely on these to make yourself stand out from the huge amount of people trying to grow with paid ads. And this leads on to the second point of making engaging visuals. So using these engaging subtitles, using eye-catching hooks, high tempo and fast-paced editing. This makes sure that it's going to engage people. Now, this can be tailored to your customer. If you're targeting, people who are 50 plus, etc., you need to have slower ads, but show the product early to maintain viewer engagement. But these are kind of some good blanket statements to make sure that your ads are looking really good, and this is the kind of framework that we followed with Calevo. So creating a framework, we followed a modular structure, or we also tried testimonial style. So there's two different styles. A modular structure, you can chop and change each section to make different variations, testing the hook, testing the length, testing the framework. Then you have testimonial style, which is more just like a authentic review from a customer. You can still chop and change it, but it's not quite as modular. So the modular style includes elements such as a hook, problem, solution, product intro, features, demo, benefits, and call to action. And you can see here, you can use this style to chop and change the order of each element. So this is how you take the one main style and you make multiple variations to try and increase the likelihood of you finding winning creatives. Now, we continuously test it as much as we can, because of course all this is theory, other than the previous ads that are inside the ad account. This is all theory, so we continuously tested different creatives and angles to find out what works best for them. And we kept the audience consistent when we were testing, so this makes a fair comparison. So the audience was broad in our aspect on Meta and on Snapchat, and this is the best way to kind of go about it. Start with broad, test your creatives, and just keep one constant factor. So the creatives is the thing that's changing, the creatives is the variable. This is the fairest way to test your creatives. Now, in terms of the Snapchat ad account structure, which we took over, we had a testing campaign. So we started with a broad audience, targeting to find winning creatives, as I said. So we grouped angles by ad set. So we'd have ad sets and we'd group each angle or creative brief inside each ad set. So either 2 to 5 creatives per ad set. We actually did 5 creatives per ad set. And we continued scaling the profitable winners. So just because it's called the testing campaign, we didn't turn it off once we'd finished the test and found a winning creative. We would keep scaling the winning creatives, because the goal is to get sales at the end of the day. So simultaneously, we'd have a scaling campaign. So once we'd found winning creatives, this is when we'd put the new creatives into this scaling campaign. So the winning creatives into this scaling campaign. So you can also try refining audiences inside this scaling campaign using data insights. So if you look at the data insights inside of Snapchat, it gives you a good breakdown of what kind of individuals clicking on your ad, purchasing and stuff like that. So you can test individual interests, stacked interests, lookalike audiences. Obviously these won't be as scalable, however it can be good to increase your ROAS and decrease your CPA. But as a whole, we had the testing campaign, we would find winners and we'd add these into the scaling campaign. We'd start with a broad audience in one ad set and try and scale this one as much as possible by just upping the budget. We'd also test new interest-based ad sets as well. Then we'd also have some special campaigns. We didn't use all of these for Calevo, we just used the manual bid, but usually we have special offer, dynamic ads work well as well. But yeah, we didn't use all of these campaign types, but we did use max bid campaigns because these are super effective inside Snapchat. And this is where we start with plus or minus $5 of your target CPA. And then you just keep testing to find the sweet spot. So I think the best one for Calevo was -5 of their CPA. and you just keep scaling it as much as possible. Now, it won't be as scalable as your testing campaign or scaling campaign with a broad audience, but as I said, this is another way just to boost your ROAS. And as I said, they work really effective on Snapchat. How to analyze your creatives. Now, it's really important once you've actually launched the creatives to look at the data and learn from it to see what's working, why it's working, what isn't working, and build from it. Create new concepts, create new briefs, create a new strategy, go away and look at why your creatives work so well and why they didn't work well, and what you can do differently going forward. So we have some hard metrics which basically show, is the ad working? We have cost per conversion, results, and spend. So spend is how much spend is a platform pushing to your ads. Now, it's good not to set the spend on your ads because the AI in the creative platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever it may be, are smart enough to be able to push spend to creators that they think will work. So it's good to see this in the hard metric section now to see, okay, how is it working, how is it performing. Spend is going to give you some good insights on that. We also have results, so of course, how many conversions have you made and how much is each conversion costing you. So really simple, these are the hard metrics, and at a glance you can look at these to see, is the ad working, is it a good ad, yes or no. This is all it comes to. Now, media buyers are going to be looking at this as a whole, but as a creative agency, we need to be looking at, why is our ad working? So this is the data we can take to make new creative tests, to build off our creatives, make new iterations, and as I said, we can even Frankenstein ads together if we see that one is converting well but it's got a bad hook rate. We can put a good hook on that that's performed well, and we will surely have a winning ad. Now, it doesn't always work like that, but it's a good idea of how you can use the data to make new ads. So why is our ad working? We have impressions, so measure how many people see the ads, click-through rate, conversion rate, cost per milli, interaction rate. Now, I'm sure you know all of these already, but we also have hook rate and hold rate, which on Meta are custom metrics which you can add through 3-second video plays divided by impressions, and also through plays divided by impressions. So really good to get insights on why the ad is working and actual insights into that creative itself. So these are the soft metrics, and then we also have the hard metrics as well. So now we move on to optimizing and scaling the ads and scaling the store. So we took a full optimization approach. We were working from previous data always. We optimized all aspects of the ads and the store. We took a full funnel approach. So we even started giving them email marketing agencies to work with. We gave them CRO advice, 2 new sources of traffic. And we weren't optimizing without any reason at all. The only changes we would make were data driven. So in terms of the scaling method, we were trying to scale the budget daily, as these wanted to scale pretty aggressively. We were just duplicating the ad sets. We found that this worked best rather than just upping the budget, so duplicating the ad sets and then upping the budget. Now this is in terms of Snapchat, and then we'd go ahead and increase the budget on the new ad sets. So this is what worked best on Snapchat. I know Meta, you can kind of get away with just upping the ad sets, but this kind of affected us negatively on Snapchat. So key considerations, set clear KPIs before starting. So this way you know inside the ad account and looking at your creatives, what you're happy with, what's the benchmark, and what you can scale. Always turn off underperforming ads. Don't hang on for them for too long. If they're underperforming, they're not hitting your KPIs, turn them off, and you can try and edit them, make some iterations, put a new hook on it, etc., based on the data, to try and make that a winner. But just don't marry your creatives. If it's not performing, turn it off. And leave the original testing campaign running. So just because it's called the testing campaign, you can definitely leave it running. Try and scale that as much as possible. There's no need to turn it off just because it's named the testing campaign. So that is a kind of overview of how we help Calevo scale from 20k to 136k in just 48 days. Now, if you want any more information on that, you've got any questions, you want to see more details, please leave a comment or message me on Twitter. If you're interested in me making these creatives to help scale your DTC brand, please book a call, let's chat. Use the link below to book a call and we'll have a quick chat and figure out whether this could work for you. Speak soon.